This video is going to document the updates that have happened to the Viking 150 engine. It's now April 7, 2023, and this engine's been around for a couple of years, and there's about 40 or so, maybe even 50 in the field. Some of them will have some of these updates, meaning that later engines obviously have none of these things that need to be done, and the first and second engine might have quite a few updates that are optional or mandatory to be done to enjoy this engine. Let's see what they are. So we spent sun and fun with Steve and Ivy Salai, and they have one of the first Viking 150 engines in a Zenith CH750 because they bought the airplane and thereby upgraded the engine to a Viking engine. Now, let's follow the steps. One of the major things was just to get more airflow through the radiator so that all the power of the engine could be used. And here are the things that were done to make that happen. It's a very easy mod to just cut a little opening in the cowl flap area of the existing cowling and add a couple of side pieces out of aluminum, or wait for this beautiful new cowling that's coming out. Here are the side pieces out of aluminum that are riveted and screwed to the existing pieces, and that just blends with the existing cowling. This is all to make the existing cowling work beautifully and to have all the cool air come up from the bottom and into the radiator area. And this is nothing new. This has been on the 130 engine and late 150 engines. It's basically an air box that's generated in front of the firewall, and the air is routed up inside to the top of the radiator and then dumped out the bottom. We'll just throw in some pictures here of various things. Here's a extra washer added to the standoff between the engine and the gearbox. This is something that can be done on all Viking engines to give a little bit more room for the rubber couplings. Super important for anyone that has a Viking engine to get the gearbox updated to the 48 states. At the price of the updates, it's no reason not to do it, and it just gives your gearbox increased life and better safety. Following the lightweight parts for the 130 engine, we now also have the lightweight muffler for the 150 engine. Big improvement to where we started. Not sure if any of the 150 engines now have the alternator on the exhaust side. That was changed very early, and the alternator should be on the pilot side or the intake side of the engine only. Steve and Ivy, they have a great airplane. We did, however, find a couple of little things here and there, and the shunt was measuring all kinds of erratic amperage, so we got that all fixed. There ended up being a little wire to the shunt that was just kind of dangling and making its contact when it wanted to. Steve flies the big airplanes for a living, but he also wants to teach his kids to fly, so dual throttles really come in handy for that. So we had them installed, and he left with a dual throttle setup. Just a perfect opportunity and the lighting was just right to get some nice pictures of the 150 engine. It's a nice looking engine. It just fits perfectly in this airframe. It has the right weight. Steve can push the tail down and kind of barely have it sit on its tail, so we know the CG is perfect. Fits the cowling really nice, fits the airframe and the firewall really nice. So just all in all makes the airplane look just right. We're very happy of his installation and other people's installations. these engines have gone into the Murphy Rebel, the Zenith airplanes, and a host of other ones. Even a Cozy is flying with this engine. It's a really nice engine, and those that are flying it really, really like it. Running through a couple of more things. Here's that air intake from the front that was added with the hinge pin for the cowling. We're looking at holding the baffle up with a tie wrap in order to keep it from vibrating. More pictures of the 150 engine. There's a close-up of the spinner propeller and the exhaust side of Steve confirming the weight and balance of his plane by demonstrating how it will just sit on its tail if you push the tail down. So the 150 engine is just a perfect weight for this CH-750, either stall or cruiser. Be able to carry two big people, full fuel, lots of bags. It's just a great combination. Here they are getting ready to fly back home, and after they leave, we're going to showcase some of the testing we did while they were here. And here they are on FlightAware from Daytona Beach area through Jacksonville up into the Carolinas, 2.5 hours flying home. So Steve and Ivy are home. Before they left, they let us use the airplane here at Viking, and we took the opportunity to go up to 18,000 feet. We got some of it on video here. Here's 2,000 feet here, climbing at 780 or 800 feet a minute. Temperatures were rock solid the whole way up, 196 degrees. That's with a new radiator shroud. Really turned out good on this more powerful engine. Passing 3,000 feet here, and still climbing real good. Looks like 800 feet a minute. Temperature 190. So very successful, the amount of climb and lack of temperatures. Going through 4,000 feet here. Eventually, we're going to see a little reduction in climb rate, but 650 feet at 5,000 feet. and we don't have climb prop. We got a prop that peaks out about 5,000 RPM or something like that. That's me flying, saying hi to everybody. It's a beautiful day. Got some puffy clouds just about the top of them right now. Beach over here and our little community at Edgewater, Florida. Here we go through 7,000 feet. Still climbing at 700 feet a minute at 7,000 feet. That's the altitude. Going through 8,000 feet. And we're still doing 650 so feet a minute. Passing through 9,000 feet. So it's pretty interesting and cool to look at the numbers, learning about density, altitudes, and performance of an airplane going through 10,000 feet here. And we're less than 500 feet a minute now, but we're also past 10,000 feet. We should be coming up on 11. At some point here, it might be right about here, not sure, but there was some miscommunication between who was climbing what when. But in any case, here is 12,000 feet, and we're still seeing 350 feet a minute at that altitude above the little puffies, and climb just keeps going on. Let's see what we can come up with here. Well, I can see on the dial that we're right at 13,000 feet, and that's a Dynon product displaying that, and it just working flawlessly, showing the altitudes and speeds and change in speed with altitude and so forth. And here we're passing through 17,000. We went to 18 and tipped it over, and then the rest of the video showed the descent and the landing into Massey Air Range. Wonderful set of upgrades, muffler, cooling, just generally going over the engine software for the computer. Big difference there for easy starting and more power. And so lots of updates available for the Viking 150 for those that own one. And of course, all engines that are going out now have all these upgrades already as part of the delivery of the engine.